Hey there, my name is Nitish, and in this video I am going to show you how you can build multi-level dropdown. So what is multi-level dropdown? So in multi-level dropdown we are having multiple dropdown and one dropdown value depend on other dropdown value. So let's understand this by an example. So suppose that if we are having two dropdown, first one is for the country and the next one is for the province or state. So when you select any country, the province is going to be dependent on that country because every country do not have same province. India is going to have some different province or state. The USA is going to have some different province or you can say state. So let's make this and let's see how we can implement this in Flutter. So let me show you what code I have at this point. So I am having a main file. In that file you can see that I am having material with the home screen, and this is my home screen. So first of all we need some data, so let's create the data. So this is our data. You can see here we are having country, two country for the example, and province. So here is the province of India, three province for the example, and some province from the USA, three for the USA also. So let's move further. So whenever we will select the item from the drop down, what is going to happen, we need to store that in some variable. If you are familiar with the drop down, then you already know it. So we will make one string which will be selected country, one for the selected province. Okay, so now you got this point that there will be two variable which will be storing what province we have selected. There will be one more thing. This is the province. So what we will do, if we select the India as the country, so province of India will be stored inside this province, and this province will build a drop down. If I select USA as the country, USA province will be stored in this province, and this province will be help us in building the province drop down. So let's build this now. So first of all I will come here and I will make it drop down button, and let's make the drop down button. Here it is. So it is asking for two things. So the first thing is item and the next thing is on changed. So in the item what we are going to do, we are just going to say that let's pick all the country from the here. So we will write country dot and we are going to just map it. We are just going to map it to the drop down. So we will say return drop down menu item. This is fine. And now here we just have to tell the child. So what will be the child? So let's write the text and let's write E. So now we need to change it to the list from the iterable. So now this one is fine. You can see this one. There is no error. The next thing which is missing is on change. So whenever the value gets changed, we will get the value of what has been selected and we just have to utilize it. So now this one is fine. You can see that we are getting USA. If I click here, I get India also. If I click on India, the value does not change because we are not utilizing this selected country. So I will come here and I will say that set state and selected country as the val. So now this one is fine. So I will come here and say one more thing. I will come here and say that selected or I think it's the value. So I need to say the value. If I bring my cursor on the value, it says the dynamic. So let's say that it is going to be a string. Let's set the generic. So now this one is fine. Let's set the generic for the drop down menu item also. Let's set it. Now set the value for this one also E. This one is fine. Let's set this one for the selected country. So now we are having a drop down. It is perfect. If I click on USA, we are getting USA. If I click on India, I am getting India. So this is fine. So now we are going to build the next drop down, which is going to uh, build the value based on the selected country. So what we will do, we will just let's copy this drop down instead of making this again, and I will just write province here and let's make it. So there is going to be, you can see here, selected province instead of selected country. So I will just update it. This is fine. And instead of country we are going to have province here. If you remember, we have created a province. So now this one is fine. And if I will click on this one, nothing is going to happen because this province is empty. So now what I want to do, based on the country selected, I want to add the data or set the data of that country province in this variable. So I will take this and I will come here and I will say that hey province, you just take the data based on the value. So if the country is India, in that case get the USA province, or you just take the India province. So this one is fine. And yeah, let's run this and let's see if it works. So if I select India, I am getting New Delhi, Bihar, Rajasthan, which is the province of India. If I select Bihar, it is working. If I come here, change it to the USA, I am getting an error. So this is perfectly fine, and this is intentional. I am showing you intentionally. So this happens because if I select the province of USA, or if I select the province of India, which is Bihar, now if I change the country to the USA, the Bihar is not available in the USA province, and the selected province is Bihar at that point. So we are not finding Bihar in the USA province, so that's why we are getting the error. So we will just take this and we will come here and we will say that now you set it to the null. So whenever we are changing the country, we are also saying that reset the value of province. So let's restart the application. Yeah, so now if I select the India, I am getting the province of India. If I select Rajasthan, if I select USA, now you can see that the value has been reset. So this is how multi-level drop down works. So this was the very basic demo, and if you want to implement like using the network data, which means that if you are getting the data from the cloud, in that case you should watch the next video. In the next video I will be using the data from the server using the API, and that is going to help us in getting the data from the server, and based on those data we will build the next drop down. Thank you.